This year you could give dull, common, cookie-cutter gifts, or you can really impress with unique and unexpected ones. Here with some suggestions is Etsy trend expert Dayna Isom Johnson. Dayna, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm ready to inspire you for the holiday season.
Well, we could all use a little bit of that. So first of all, what trends are you seeing for gifting this year?
Well, there's one main message that I really want to drive home that can kind of lead people into what they're purchasing for the holiday season, and that's all about nostalgia. So take a moment and think about what brought you joy as a child, what can really promote creativity in the family, and quality time to bring you together. And that's the answer for the gifts. Right.
I think no matter who you are, if you appeal to their nostalgia, they're really going to love the gift. And one group that's especially hard to shop for often are us men. So what do you recommend for people to buy their fathers and uncles and grandfathers and husbands?
Yeah, you can be a little tough sometimes, but that's okay. So it's really all about thinking about what does that person really love to do in their day-to-day time, what brings them joy. So a wonderful example is for those grill masters in your life. They're Etsy sellers who create incredible handmade aprons that can be personalized or customized by color. You can buy dry rub kits, seasoning kits, all those things that they're actually going to use and really love. And then there's the guy who loves to get a little bit more dapper and who loves cufflinks. But how can you personalize that? Well, there are some sellers who are using one of the biggest trends this year that was all about crystals, and you can get it personalized with exactly which crystal that you have placed in the cufflink, or even perhaps use a birthstone to really show that guy that you were thinking about them and that you picked something out personalized just for them.
Yes, bring those French cuff shirts back. I need to get a couple more of those, definitely. Now, as far as the kids, there's a whole lot on Etsy for kids too, right?
Oh, there's so much for kids. And I think when you're looking for ideas for kids, also take that trip down memory lane, because one of the biggest trends that I saw this year for kids is all about wooden toys. So we are taking cues from those vintage toys that we loved as a kid, those handmade wooden trucks, or even some sellers are creating wooden cameras that have a little nod to Instagram on them. So they're kind of marrying yesteryear and today for the kiddos of today. But another huge knockout trend that all the kids are going crazy over this year is all about unicorns. Unicorn everything.
Okay. And of course, we were talking a little bit earlier about personalized aprons and whatnot. What else? I mean, I imagine you can get anything personalized on Etsy.
Just about. So at Etsy, we are truly the destination for special and for personalized items. One of the major trends that I really love this year is all about modern heirlooms. So there are a lot of sellers on Etsy that will do a handwriting transfer. So what that means is you can send in a recipe of anyone from your family to the Etsy seller, and they can then transfer that onto a baking dish or a cutting board so that you have that memory for forever. It can also be done with jewelry, where you can have a writing sample. Let's say one of your relatives wrote, your mom wrote "Love Mom" on a card. You can send that, and that can be put into a bracelet so that you always have that memory very close to you. And then there's, of course, just traditional personalized items. If you take a peek at my earrings, they're my initials that I worked hand in hand with an Etsy seller, and I said I would love my initials as an earring, and she made these for me. So the wonderful thing about Etsy is that when you're working with a real person, you have that option to start the conversation of how can I get this to be exactly the way that I want it to really wow my recipient.
Look at that. Well, it's good all around because you know you're helping maybe a small business, an independent seller, rather than enriching all these giant companies. And of course, anything you can think of, you can pretty much find it on Etsy. And I know there's a section specifically on the website where we can go for even more gift ideas. So thanks so much for your time. And before I let you go, give us that address, the web address.
Oh yes, for all your holiday shopping needs, visit etsy.com/gifts.
Very good. Dayna Isom Johnson, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Same to you. We'll be right back.